Yep. And I've got today's music all set up.
Direct link. Oh no, you're making me do work.
No, no, you fucked it up somehow. I don't know how, but you did. I swear. Actually, I know exactly how. Now I look at the link.
Oh yeah.
Lo-fi Arabic beats to chill out to.
Yeah.
You know, there's a black square on my Roll20 screen, and I'm not sure what it's there for.
It's a black square on you. Oh yeah. What is that for? I don't know what that's for either. What's going on?
Now I know what
Why?
you're talking about. So
It's right
I'm
next to
gonna
the
be
dice.
glad.
It's by the
the left
dice.
toolbar.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Weird.
It could be a script. No, it's not a script I'm blocking.
Hmm.
Oh, wow, I scrolled off screen and now I see it. Well, originally I was zoomed in, so it was in a spot where that was completely black, so I didn't
Oh,
notice it.
okay. That
okay.
explains it. Okay.
Right. Anyway, when last we left off, the party spoke with a Alhoon named Harvey, who explained
Good
a
name.
little, who provided a little more background about what Illithid are and what the worm that walks is all about. And Lily got a little concerned, wondered how a warlock might be unwarlocked. And Harvey just said, I'll get back to you on that. But for various reasons, the party then traveled to Okar. Aurelia, in search of a new bardic master who could teach her the things she hasn't learned yet. Lily, in response to a mysterious and vaguely threatening letter, which turned out to be just poorly written, apparently. Gurnash, for reasons that will be discussed once his player comes back. And Lake, because even though they didn't choose to go with their angelic figure ancestor,
Mm-hmm.
they felt some sort of responsibility to free them from the plush Okaran life they had been handed.
Listen, if it gets them to fuck up Okar, I will do anything.
You all have made a little progress towards those ends so far, but you're still separated, and I believe we shall go for what Lily's up to first.
I mean, yeah. Let's do that.
All right. Well, following the original directions you had to go to your old friend's home, you find that not only is she gone, but also someone else is living there now. And after asking around some, you find out that after you had left, she had moved. And tracking down the new address, you find yourself in a more run-down neighborhood. Like, not necessarily crime-ridden exactly, but definitely poor. The houses are smaller and older and more run-down. Less time and money is spent here on repairs and decorations. The new place where your friend was staying turns out to be a bit on the smaller side compared to her last place. Apparently, she has not been having much luck in maintaining a steady income, or so you would presume. But the place looks dark, somewhat abandoned, you suppose, but since this isn't that kind of neighborhood, it doesn't look like any squatters have already moved in or looted the place. What do you choose to do?
Well, I mean, my good friend the wizard, did give me a key to the place. If not, I can just break in, so to speak.
I'm not sure if he gave you a key.
Well, I'll just break
Did
in, so to speak. Look, trying times, extenuating circumstances, it's fine.
Yeah.
Lily takes no joy in this, actually.
Well, it's no real issue for you to wait for the passers-by to, pass on by, and then just quickly pick the lock while no one's looking. It's not a very expensive or complex lock, and so you only need your most basic tools to get the tumblers, get the latch to pop out and open the door. On the inside, you notice it's a little dusty on most of the surfaces. There's not much to the building, just sort of a nook for preparing meals, a place to lay down, a chamber pot in the corner, empty, fortunately, although the smell certainly lingers.
Mm,
Um,
did he just...
I think he just also cut off for me. Yes, I think Roll20 might be.
shit in the bed? Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a sec. I gotta unmute him
Maybe.
on
Yeah,
Discord.
same.
Hi, Bobbin. How are you? I think he disconnected. Oh, hi.
Well, a bit surprised when you interrupted me by saying, "Oh, hey, he stopped talking."
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you now. We heard
we
about
can
the
hear you now.
smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, the smell certainly lingers, and there is a back porch area, and you notice that she's got her pots set up there, but there isn't so much as a withered plant coming out of them. They're all empty and full of nothing but soil and, well, except for one, but that one's just full of weeds that must have been blown in by the wind. And there is a desk of sorts, the kind that you have to sit down on the floor to use. And there is a piece of paper on that desk, paper or parchment or something of that sort. And next to it is a quill set down uh, evenly next to the paper, and behind it is an ink pot, and all the ink has long since dried. And on that paper, you read, "Lily, I'm so glad to hear from you. Were the giants trouble again? It was probably for the best that you didn't take the same route this time. Glad to hear you got some payback for the dragon. I've been..." And there the words end.
She said Candlejack, oh no.
Okay, first off, you didn't say it right. Second off, no. Is that everything?
That is everything on the page.
Oh boy, that's gotta take that with me.
All right.
I mean, I know it's unfinished, but I don't know, sentimental value. Uh, is there been like any obvious signs of like a scuffle or anything?
No,
Just everything.
everything is neat and tidy, aside from the sheets on her bed. Then you've never really known her to tidy those up.
To be fair, I can't imagine her to be a sound sleeper. I think I need to case the place. Let's open up any drawers, see what's in them, see if I can find anything.
All right. Roll investigation.
Oh, good. This is good. I'm glad we're doing this stat specifically. Because I rolled a 4.
You still got a 16. I hate you.
Skill monkeys, am I right?
Look, I chose it deliberately because investigation would be important for a fucking thief.
It would be.
All right. Well, you thoroughly case the place. You find the seeds that she would have used to plant her tea plants in the pots. They're just sort of sitting there dry in the corner of one of the drawers. You see some spare papers and another ink pot, this one full and covered. No other quills, but there's also a small store of food, dry stuff that's still in good shape. But there's also just sort of this disgusting mass that you imagine must have been something perishable before it went rotten and then turned into whatever the hell that is now. Some sort of black, slimy stuff.
Delicious.
But aside from that, she was not really someone to carry a lot of mementos. And it's clear that anything valuable, any sort of magic items she had for her business, must have gone with her.
Hmm. Uh, just out of curiosity, I'm gonna dig up the plants too. Well, dig up the pots and see if there's anything beneath them.
All right. Well, you find her drug stash.
Yes.
Based on the type of drugs, and you'd be familiar with these. They're fairly common on the street. They appear to be the sort that you take for calming yourself down, for having uh, untroubled sleep, and otherwise just downers of practically every description.
Spoilers, they wouldn't work. not for the reasons I think she's taking them for.
To be fair, her issues would be different from yours.
Yeah, but I still think I know what she's trying to take them for, and I 100% doubt that they would work.
To be fair, Lily knows full well what she's taking them for. Oh, this isn't. I'll hold on to them and also hold on to the seeds too.
All right, mark that on your character sheet if you want to bring them up later.
Okay. Oh god, where would I even put it? Oh jeez.
Well, if your inventory looks full, you can click the button next to more and get even more spaces.
Oh. No, it didn't look full. I just typed wrong because I'm an idiot. I actually can't click more. Okay. Oh, hey, look, I got more in there too. Forgot that I had that bottle of sovereign spores.
Oh, right. You still have that. That's right.
I don't. I need to ask somebody about actually what they would be useful for.
Aside from huffing.
I mean, yes, but to be more sure. Let's see, and also dried seeds. Okay, it's all marked down.
All right.
Guess I'm not that great at it, but I could check for signs of anything magical.
That would be Arcana.
Shame I suck at it.
But it doesn't matter if you roll well.
I know. Also, I have a +4 to it because of my fucking basement modifier. Sorry, what?
You give everything in the apartment a second look, and you're fairly confident that while the sheets of paper were of fine enough quality to potentially write down spells, there is no evidence that they were ever used as such. And aside from that, you're fairly certain now that anything magical that was going on went on with the person, not with the place. And anything magical she had went with her.
Fuck.
It's at about this point that you hear a familiar face just in your head saying, Lily, I got so caught up in meeting you, I plumb forgot about that opportunity I wrote you about. Come on back soon, would you?
Okay. Lily clearly not huge on this invasion of her brain mates.
Oh, it's just a magical message. You're
What?
fine.
It doesn't make it feel any better.
You can say up to 24 more words after okay, by the way. And he will hear them.
I mean, there's not a whole lot to say other than that. I'll be there quickly. Also, please, I hate this.
All right, well, he doesn't get to respond to that, so do you go back right away, or do you have some other destination in mind?
I was actually thinking of asking around the neighbors quickly before heading back to him.
Okay. Well, roll persuasion to get some stories out of them.
Oh, good. This can only go well.
Yeah, you probably
Hearing
only have like a
stories-
+10 to it.
No, I more meant hearing stories about my good friend.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, you ask around with the neighbors, and overall, you hear that she was fairly quiet, kept to herself, except when she was out on business or at night, when she would be screaming sometimes. But as for the day in question, you do meet someone who saw her relatively recently, like 4 or 5 months ago, which is, by recently, it's like the last person who saw her in the neighborhood. And happened to notice that she was dressed for travel, had a whole bunch of gear on her. Wasn't the first time she had left like that. But it was a bit unusual because when he called out and Asked her, hey, you off to a new adventure? She did not turn around or respond, and she normally would.
Crap. This is doubly not good. Triply, I don't know what number at this point. This is extremely not great.
Is as there's a good part of everything, and this is the opposite of that.
Exactly. Oh. Yes, that's probably most I'll get out of that, so yeah, I'll visit the wizard.
Can't
Right.
trust spellcasters. I'm just gonna say that much right now.
I can trust this one. Ish.
No, the joke is that every single solitary member of the party is a spellcaster.
True.
Well, once
Please,
again, you are let in by a rather exhausted and put upon looking manservant. And once again, you have to wait in the antechamber where the Wizard Wilmington's wares are on display. And once again, you're greeted by a loud, howdy do!
Hi.
So glad you reconsidered. I knew my illusions would be rubbing off on you. Now come on back with me. We got to discuss what exactly you're looking for.
Okay.
All right, and once again, you are led through the back, through the much less heinously decorated parts of the mansion, and back into a sitting room. Where at once, the Wizard Wilmington once again drops the act. This is, yeah, this is a mite embarrassing. Gotta say, I wanted to finish up all the business I had with you right away. There's eyes and ears on this place, you know.
Yeah.
And in particular, there's a certain set of eyes and ears that I do not take kindly to. There's this feller, goes by the name Hakeem Phoenix.
Go on.
Well, you see, he and I, we run in a lot of the same circles. One too many of the same circles, if you're catching my drift.
So he's a competitor, is what you're saying.
No, I wouldn't say competitor. See, when I do my dirty work, that's just to keep an edge on. Make sure I ain't losing my touch. Putting myself to the challenge. Now, Phoenix, what he does is he offers his services to the fine folks of the Okaran underworld. And, well, he's a diviner by trade. So what he does for him is he goes and finds folks who need to be found. Make sure they don't get out of the mob's grip. If you're catching my drift.
Yes. Go on.
Well, that's what he does for him. And what he gets for him, from him, is a big old supply of magic items. Just a great big collection, gathered by any and all means necessary. And man, he's mighty proud of them. Mighty proud of his collection. Only a few folks he ever let see him, myself being one of them. And me and him are not on such good terms. You see, he let me see him just to show me what I can't get. If you know what I mean by that.
Seems pretty rude.
Yeah. You see, me being an illusionist and him being a diviner, we're kind of on opposite sides of a certain equation among wizards. If he's good at his job, then it means that I'm being bad at mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And since we run in a lot of the same circles, it means that we often ended up testing each other's talents against each other. And he's come up on top one too many times, if you ask me. And I'd say it's about time I take him down a peg. And that's where you come in.
Ooh, tell me more then.
Well, you see, I don't want his collection for myself. Among other things, that would just be too easy for him to find, you know? I want his collection to disappear in a way that he will never find it again. Now, I don't necessarily mean you need to get everything he's got. Just as much as you can. That would be mighty nice.
Are
We're gonna need
there
several
any
lead boxes.
key pieces you would prefer to disappear more than others?
Oh, surely so. Now, there was a few items he had that were particularly nice. I remember he was very proud of that portable hole he got. You know how the portable hole works?
Not that familiar, personally.
Well, you can roll Arcana to see if your character knows.
It's true. I forgot off the top of my head how a portable hole works.
You just fold it up.
Okay, I get the... Fuck you, first off.
I'm
You
still
fold it
saying,
up,
you know,
and also you don't put it into a bag of holding, or is it the other way around?
Either one, really.
the answer to that is yes. All right. Yeah, with a 14, you are familiar with the name, but not with the mechanics. So, well, it's mighty simple. You see, you got this piece of cloth. It's nice and black and circular. You unfold it, you throw it on a surface, bam, portable hole. Pretty big. It's like 6 feet across. And you don't get to see what's on the other side of the wall or the floor or what have you that you put it on, but you do get a big old space where you can put whatever you like. It's another dimension. The portable hole's a doorway to get you there.
Out of curiosity, how easy is it to break a portable hole?
Not easy at all. That's a magic item. Those take some, gotta take some trouble to to destroy them.
Okay.
But if you got a bag of holding on you anywhere, you make sure neither of those two things touch. It's just either you'll be lost forever or you'll be just dead forever. Either way, it's not good news.
God, just out of character real quick. I remember one of my favorite stupid inventions, which was basically the arrowhead that had a portable hole as well as a bag of holding in it, and when it hit something, it would collapse in on itself and create a fucking nuke.
It's a little too localized to be a nuke, but
Essentially,
Tactical
bomb.
nuke.
Yeah.
yeah. But of course, that's not the piece de resistance. That would have to be that robe of the Archmage he's got. Now
Tell me more.
I trust you. You gone heard about that. See, there was only 3 ever made. One white, one gray, and one black. This feller's got the black one. Now, me, I'm a little too live and let live to really benefit from having the black robe of the Archmage. I was thinking maybe you be a little bit different on that front.
I mean,
Maybe you got just enough magic training to know how to use it too.
that's a really tempting offer, and you really know how to go after just what I want, which is everything.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Look, I trust you more than I would probably trust most wizards. And I'll do this for you because I like to steal shit. I'm not gonna pretend it's out of the kindness of my heart. I'm just here to help you. Sounds like it could be fun.
Yeah, well, I kind of thought that would be the case. That's why I asked for you to help. But speaking of help, I would not recommend going into this feller's place of residence alone. See, you gotta remember this is a diviner, real paranoid sumbitch, who just so happens to know how the underworld folks operate. So you can bet his place is full of traps, constructs, all kinds of nasty shit. This ain't gonna be a one-person job, is what I'm saying.
Luckily, I know a pack of idiots who might be willing to help.
I resent that.
You resemble that.
This is also true.
Well, I hope they serve you well then.
I do too.
But, and one note to make is that once you've gone and gotten all this stuff, you gotta bring it all here to me. See, remember, this is a diviner who knows exactly what you'd be taking from him. I gotta do my stuff if you don't want him breathing down your neck immediately after you leave his place.
I'm just ashamed that I can't take advantage of his services somehow. Because I've run into a problem.
Oh? Is this about your friend?
This is about my friend. I checked everywhere, and apparently she just up and left. A neighbor was telling me how she just left one day, and apparently it's something startling. Because she didn't even finish a letter she was writing to me.
Oh, that's gotta strike real home, right to the quick.
Yeah, so something shook her real good, and I need to figure out where the fuck she is.
Oh no, I left the oven on.
All right. Well, I tell you what, I did my best to find her, but I am not the best at finding folks. So you may want to engage Phoenix's services to find your friend, or maybe he's got something, some research, good item, something on him that you can use, bring to another wizard, someone maybe a bit more suited to finding folks, but not necessarily one that you'd gone and stolen from.
True.
I don't say, this fella ain't the only diviner in town. So long as what you're looking for is above the board, you'll find no no lack of diviners, this city of all cities.
You're not wrong. I need to do this. I need to figure this one out. I mean, thankfully, money's not as much of an issue as it may have been in the past, but
Always nice to hear.
yeah, the joys of schmoozing with nobility.
Don't I know that?
Don't you fucking know it.
All right. Well, just so you was aware, you decided to buy something from me, and now I've got to go and make it for you. So when you come on back here with your prizes, that's going to be the last time we can talk and not look suspicious. I'll make sure that what you want gets to you, and if you don't want something, I'll make sure a good cut of the money goes to you.
I'll appreciate it deeply.
All right. So come on back now. You hear?
Lily stands up with a needlessly elaborate flourish, bows, and goes to take her leave.
All right. And thanks for visiting Wizard Wilmington's Emporium of Illusion.
It's been a treat. Like always.
All right. I believe we can leave that for now. So let's jump over to Lake. See what you've been up to.
Yeah. I learned a lot about my family, guys. I got so many names now. There's Aunt Astra, there's Uncle Stolus, there's Grandpa Cereal. Cereal? I don't know how. But yeah, I guess I'm just sitting there telling more stories about my adventures and omitting the same things that I've been omitting the entire time I've been telling those stories. Specifically, I don't talk about the part about getting burned by the Mother Tree. I completely omit the Feywild bits. I don't talk about the Underdark at all. I don't tell any of them about the worm that walks because holy shit, that would be bad. And I also omit the parts where I helped overthrow a tyrannical overlord from his throne because that's a bit too close to home of what I'm trying to do here.
Okay, but what about your companions?
I mean,
What have you said about them?
I don't leave out the important parts that you guys do. Like, I give you guys your dues. I don't try to...
Oh, no, I meant what have you said about your companions?
Oh, well, I say that I've been traveling with an elf, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I know that, Aurelia would kill me if I just described her as an elf, but that's what makes it funny. I tell them that there's a great foul-mouthed, very angry goblin that I've come to endear, not necessarily love, because that's the wrong kind of word to put for it. And then Grunesh, who's based, I don't say that he's my only real friend, but I mean, that's how I feel about him.
To be fair, Grenache seems like everyone's friend.
Except for the people that he punches.
True. I'm just saying, if you're on Grenache's good side, he's a very trustworthy person.
He is.
He's the goodest boy.
I also talk about Hagar and how Hagar annoyed me to no end. He kept trying to say that he was my dad.
Which is really weird.
It's really weird. Oh, also, Lake has been spending their nights in a bedroom that is
Just...
the size. No, it is the size of Aurelia's bedroom.
God,
and that's That's the smallest bedroom they have, and Lake hates it. Lake hates that this is the smallest bedroom.
I'm thinking of Lake meeting their dad with Hagar, and just Hagar introducing himself with, "Hey, your kid calls me daddy too."
No, I never once did. I actively fought against it, and also...
I am aware. I'm just saying.
But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been telling stories. And I guess like I guess at this point, since I'm coming back, I'm gonna go up to my dad and be like, hey, I don't call him dad. I still call him by his first name because it's just I'm not there yet. Hey, Padaris, is there any way we can like?
Oh, why are you back again so soon?
No, I wasn't gone that. I wasn't gonna be gone for that long. I was just
Well, why?
I mean, it's not time yet. We're still like, I don't know. We're still preparing for stuff, I guess.
You're the wayward child. You only stop in here for a certain amount of time, right?
I mean, I've only been here a month.
Yes, and that's remarkably long, you know?
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I figure I've spent the first. How old am I now? Hold on a second. I forget Lake's age. Give me a second. I have it written down. I figure I spent the first 28 years away from my family. I think a month might be, not is catching up on lost time. Let's put it that way.
Well, I'm certainly grateful enough, my child, but you're the wayward child.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that a couple of times. Anyway,
that means that's your role, right? To come and to go and...
Yeah, but I haven't gone
come
yet. It's just a meeting with some friends about some important things. I'll be gone soon. I'll be like filling that role, which is super weird that you want me to. Anyway, point is, I have a favor I want to ask. And this is notable because this is like the first time I've actually asked him for a favor, despite the fact that he has said that, I can ask him for favors basically any time. So, is there any way we can give the druids, I don't know, more room or, more places to preach?
Well... Why would they need more places to preach? This is Okar.
Yeah, but I don't know. It feels like maybe they just, you've given them pretty much nothing. Even people have built their houses around their park that was given to them, and just to show off. And I'm just sitting there, and I was just looking up at them, and I was like, do people even live there? Anyway, point is, I mean, I don't know. I kind of talked to them about it, and I just think that maybe they can have, I don't know, some more freedom to do what they do. Be it, and more park room, or, just all in all, more freedom to do it in outside of the park.
Okay. But I thought you served a new master now.
It's complicated. I don't want to talk about it still.
All right. That makes sense. Well, I'm afraid that I wouldn't have any power to zone the Druids' enclave for the city.
You
but
kind of do. We're sort of the face of the city. We have a lot of pull.
Well,
yeah, you don't necessarily have the direct power to do it, but suggesting to somebody heavily that you would like it to happen, don't you think that people would listen?
Listen to us?
Yeah. Like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't they?
Hmm. I don't suppose I've ever really considered whether or not they would listen. Well, you know what we normally do? We go and we ask Father Matthias. Father Matthias always does just what we just what we ask him to do.
I
Let's go and talk to Father
no,
Matthias.
no. I think it's. I think like we should maybe like. You don't
You're
have to
already
go
walking.
to. Okay, I'm trying to convince him as we walk. I'm like, we don't need to go to Father Matthias for everything. Like, we can do
Well,
stuff
why
on
not?
our.
Father Matthias gets us everything.
Does he though?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know him too well, to be fair, but like sometimes when you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. You know?
Is that what the wayward child is for?
Yes.
Fascinating. Well, then I suppose you should go talk to Father Matthias.
Oh my
I'll go back to my books.
No. I'm not talking about asking Father Matthias to do this. I'm talking about you and me, as like high, I guess, highly respected members of this community, go to the person who is actually in charge of doing that and asking them ourselves.
Yes, tell me
And
more
not
about the noblesse
Father
oblige.
not Father asking Father Matthias to do it for us.
Actually, I think this would be like the third estate, the priesthood. But, yeah, no, you're just utterly confusing this poor man.
This poor man who's clearly never had to think that much in his life.
I mean, he didn't even think enough to use a scrying spell to figure out if the woman he had sex with and potentially a child with was still
Look,
alive.
If there's anything I've learned, it's that scrying is hard.
True. So I'm going to sit there. I'm going to calm myself down a little bit, and I'm going to go. Okay, so remember when you thought my mother was dead, and you didn't even do a scrying spell to figure out if she was still alive?
Well, didn't really occur to me.
Okay.
The sea took her. I guess I assumed that was it.
Yeah,
That
but
we were not meant to meet again, or that she was meant to live.
okay. So why
But
why
I was
wouldn't
wrong, and that I am
Okay.
pleased to be wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. But so here's a thing. Here's the thing I want to ask you. Like aside from that, why wouldn't you even think so? You have basically unlimited resources to do that. Like I've seen the bedrooms. I'm sleeping in the smallest bedroom and it is still bigger than the house that I lived in if you put another house that I lived in inside of that room. And like you have such you basically have untapped resources at your fingertips. So why wouldn't you even think of like if there was even a possibility of doing that, you know? You got to use your head sometimes. which is which out of character is ironic, coming from the character who only has 11 intelligence.
I mean, to be fair, your dad's clearly not firing on all cylinders.
No.
Well, I think about it, I suppose I could have asked Father Matthias for a scrying spell.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
Although it wasn't Father Matthias at the time.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But
it was Father Brungold.
Okay. So here's what I'm trying to get at. Is that let's use our heads and go ask the person who would actually be in charge of giving the druids more power instead of asking Father Matthias to do it.
What, the Empress?
I mean, would it be the Empress? Wouldn't there be somebody like an intermediary aside from Father Matthias who would be able to do that?
Well, probably.
Okay, yeah,
yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very probably.
Yeah, okay, very probably. Okay. Let's find out who that is, and then go ask them. And not
All
Father
right.
Matthias. All right.
I will ask Father Matthias to bring us to the Empress.
No. You're not getting it. I'm saying let's not bother Father Matthias. I'm sure he's very busy right now. We can just do this all by ourselves.
Well, he's very busy because he's very busy with our requests.
We don't have to request
I've
him.
never been anywhere without asking the Father.
Okay, but
or without the Father knowing.
Okay, so let's give him a little break. Okay, let's give him a break. And you know what? I guess if you want to just go gung ho straight for the Empress, let's go ask the Empress for a oh God, the word escapes me because I'm having a giant brain fart out of character. For a meeting, the fancy word for meeting.
Summit audience.
Yeah, audience. There we go. Let's go.
Get together.
Yes. A hoot nanny.
Take the Empress out some barbecue.
Who knows? She might be down.
I mean,
let's go. Yeah. So let's go ask the Empress ourselves. Let's not bother Father Matthias because Father Matthias is probably busy with a lot of other requests.
Well, I'm not sure you're right about that, but if you want to meet the Empress, then let's meet the Empress.
Okay, let's
guard.
Let's go.
Can you take us to the Empress?
Jesus.
Sorry, sir, but that's not my department. You should probably talk to Father Matthias.
God damn it!
There, you see?
Like at this point,
that is how this is supposed to work, you know.
Like at this
we
point,
are allowed to visit the Empress, but to go unscheduled is just.
I'm not
why?
saying we
the
go.
The Empress is certainly busy as well.
I'm not saying we go unscheduled. I'm just saying we don't have to bother Father Matthias into doing the scheduling for us.
Father Matthias.
And then who does do the scheduling?
Can I roll fucking history to see if I know who would be in charge? Who would do that aside from Father Matthias, who I out of character honestly do not trust.
Well, you don't really need to roll history for this, but you are aware that the priesthood has a hierarchy, and Father Matthias has people he works with and works under.
Okay. All right. Fine. Let's go to Father Matthias. If you're gonna railroad me, I might. No, I'm just kidding, Bobbin. I'm just kidding, Bobbin.
Well, I kind of am, but it is all in story.
Yeah.
I appreciate so much how simpler Lily's conversations have been.
Do you see why it took me so long to want to go back to my family?
Because the people I deal with are on the level, motherfucker.
Anyway, let's go to Father Matthias.
All right. Well, I'm sorely tempted to say that he's not in his office right now, but just to speed things along at this point, we'll just say that, yes, he is currently handling some paperwork.
Just
Hello, Father
imagining Link
Matthias. No, at this point, Lake is just like arms at their side, completely
no, I mean, if
defeated.
Father Matthias wasn't there, I just imagine Lake throwing a fucking hissy fit.
Oh no, I would be.
Well, hello, my Master Lake.
I told you, you don't have to call me Master Lake. You could just call me Lake. It's fine. I'm not a master of basically anything.
Well, I'm afraid that you are somewhat mistaken in that apprehension, if you will, that glow round your head says otherwise.
Okay, that one's good. As long as it's only Michigan, though. I'll only take Michigan.
Not Huron.
Not Huron. No, never Huron. Anyway.
Well, what may I do for you this fine day, wayward child?
Okay. Is there any way you can convince the people who are in charge to let the druids have either like more park to like have control over, or like more freedom to like preach outside of the park?
Well, to my knowledge, they have as much land and as much freedom as they desire. But if you feel that may be an issue, then I will certainly speak to the city's mayor on your behalf and let them know that you've made this request.
Okay, I'm putting the fact that I'm putting city's mayor in the back of my brain right now. And as soon as we're back from this adventure, I'm going to go fucking talk to the mayor themselves and see if this Father Matthias has done this, because I do not trust this motherfucker. Anyway, I don't know why. You haven't given me a reason not to.
It's because he's a priest.
Okay, you gave me a reason to not to. There we go. Okay, so, city's mayor. Okay, I'm like, city's mayor. Okay, you're going to talk to the city's mayor.
Absolutely. I will send a message as soon as I am done with my work here.
Okay. City mayor. City mayor. Got it. Thumbs up. I didn't say thumbs up, I'm giving him a thumbs up.
I'm so glad that Lake doesn't realize how loaded a statement that is.
No, Lake understands how loaded a statement this is. That's why they just keep going. City mayor. That's it? Yep. Good job. Yep. And by the way, I'm actually probably going to check up on that before the end of the adventure.
I more meant Father Matthias' statement of once he's done with this business.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Well, there is several papers out on the desk in front of him.
Yeah. He does have actual business, but like at the same time, I don't.
The business to which he was referring to is plainly on his desk.
Yeah, I believe him as far as actually. You know what? That is a
You can throw him pretty far, so don't.
That's
But
actually
of course
a
you
good
can
roll insight. That's what I was about to do. Actually, yes.
I was gonna say that you're gonna say you trust him about as far as you can throw him, but I'm like, no, you can actually throw him pretty far.
I could potentially use lucky. I mean, even if I use lucky, then I can just choose to use that 13 instead. So I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Also, you rolled over 10, so like.
Yeah. I'll take the 17 though.
Fuck off. I was hoping you'd get screwed for your hubris, but whatever.
All right. Well, in your life, growing up on the streets, you've met a lot of people who took patronizing tones to you. This is most definitely one of them.
Okay.
Your father, on the other hand, seems wholly convinced and taken in, despite the tells in the tone of voice.
All right. So I will thank Father Matthias, but not in a genuine way. I want him. I want to say it in the kind of tone of voice that that Dad would think I'm being genuine, but Father Matthias knows that I know that he's full of bullshit.
Roll deception.
Okay. If I can find that.
Thank you, Father.
All right, now I'll roll insight.
Gonna call bullshit.
No, just to see how.
No, he's gonna call bullshit.
Just to see if Matthias can catch on.
It's like managing like children. They've never had to want for anything. They have no reason to doubt him.
Exactly.
Pretty easily managed.
All right. Well, the smile never drops from Matthias's mouth, but it does seem to drop from his eyes as you turn to leave.
All right. So as soon as I am out of earshot of Father Matthias, I look at Pedaris and I go, "Okay, Pedaris, do you think he was telling the truth?"
Well, of course.
I put
Why
my
would the
hand
father lie?
I put my hand on Pedaris' shoulder and I go, "I've met a lot of people who've bullshit me over the years. That man was bullshitting me. But he did give us the direction of where we need to go. Let's go pay a visit to the mayor. Ourselves. Because he was bullshitting us."
Roll persuasion.
Because he's basically a priest with his own pet divine. Like,
Yeah. I'm luckying that.
Remember, you only get the one per roll.
Yeah, I know. I know I only get one per roll now. But I'll still take a 17 over an 11.
Well, still not sure why you think the father would lie, but you know what? If you're going on an adventure, maybe it would be fun to tag along.
Yeah. An adventure to the mayor's office. As long as it's not like the last mayor I had to deal with, it'll be way better.
as long as he doesn't meet Lily, that's all that matters. It's like having that one cool asshole come talk to your kid brother.
Yeah.
It's like, no, don't
Alright.
stop.
Okay, yes, this is an adventure. Yes, an adventure to the mayor's office. Let's go to the mayor's office. I'm sure we can find the mayor's office easy. Please. Actually, wait. My urchin background allows me to. I think my urchin background allows me to just like know where things are in a city.
It allows you to get there faster, I believe.
Oh yeah,
not necessarily find them.
True. Yeah. I'll look that up. Real quick. Urchin. City secrets.
No, Dad.
You know secret patterns and flow to cities and can find passages through the urban sprawl that others would miss. When you are not in combat, you and companions you lead can travel between two locations in the city twice as fast as your speed would normally allow. Guess what? I'm going to be using that.
Just imagining like, no, Dad.
No, Dad, not
isn't cool.
No, Dad, not down that hallway.
Stop it with the smoking. Smoking's not cool. Neither is stealing, Dad.
All right. Well, really, the trick, though, will be getting out of the building unnoticed. Because otherwise, the guards are going to report to Father Matthias that you've gone and taken your father
Mm-hmm.
on an
Adventure.
unsanctioned
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah. So that's stealth, but I always basically roll stealth in advantage, so it doesn't even
Well,
matter if I'm not invisible.
what about Bedaris?
Can't he?
You forget how easily you forget.
I do easily forget. Oh god, what the fuck magic do I even have as a druid now? Um. Oh, I have charm person. Okay, no, we're good. If we get caught, then I can just charm person. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm gonna try
So
and
you go to the front door and
no,
see
no,
the
no.
two
I'm
guards
trying to
posted there.
I'm gonna try and sneak. I'm gonna try and use stealth with and try and use my stealth score to lead Padaris, so that way we're still trying to sneak out. Do I just not roll an advantage for that?
Well, it's more like he rolls with a very poor modifier.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, my modifier isn't exactly that hot either. I have a 0 dex score or modifier. I just have proficiency in it and
Mm-hmm.
advantage because of all my magic shit. So, okay. So, stealth with advantage.
All right. So
Wow. Whoa!
how are you getting out of the building?
Um, there's got to be a bunch of like side passages that the guards don't always watch because they don't expect people to know them. Maybe we can use one of those and like sneak out and try and avoid guards as we go further away from the palace or whatever the fuck we're in.
Well, a um, it's a large residential building with basically this entire piece of it that is also a church.
Okay.
And well, there certainly would be like a fully functional kitchen full of a staff of servants, but the problem is that during the day it's full of servants,
Yeah. Um.
and in particular it would not be full of the Asimar, all of whom would be known by sight to the staff.
Yes. Oh wait. Hell yeah! I have a disguise kit that I've never used. I'm going to I'm going to try and be like, okay, Padaris, here, let's do this. I grab my disguise kit. I try changing their appearance enough, and then and then I look around for something for them to wear on their head to nullify the halo, and I put that on him, and I look back, and it's like I have like I'd given him a scar, like a wart on his face or something. Changed changed some of his
Well, you may want
facial
to ask yourself, how did this stranger get inside this highly guarded compound?
Oh yeah, shit. Never mind. Fuck. How would I? I can't charm all of these people. One person will eventually make their save. How would? Okay. All right. I'm going to see if Padaris will be useful for once in his life. And I go, Padaris, how do we get all of the servants out of there at once?
We don't want them to see us leaving?
No, no, because if they do, then then they'll tell Father Matthias. And remember how I told you that Father Matthias has been pretty much bullshitting me? We don't want Father Matthias to know about this until we
Okay.
finished it. Yeah. So how would we get all
Okay.
of this? How would we get all of the servants out of here?
Well, do we need to?
It's kind of the point. We need to get out of here without any of them seeing us,
Well, there's one way we could do that.
and that is
Fly out one of the top windows.
oh my god. I just um that would cause several problems actually unless you can turn invisible. Can you turn invisible? Is that a thing you can do?
Um, no.
Okay.
But if we head out overnight, the guards usually don't see us.
Okay, I was kind of hoping to do this as soon as possible, but that will work actually. Yes. All right, let's wait until nightfall. Uh we'll fly out and then we'll head over to the mayor's office and I guess get them first thing in the morning.
Oh, this is going to be exciting. It's like being a teenager again.
Yeah. I certainly know what you mean, and certainly did not spend my formative years homeless eating rotten fruit. That's a thing I can relate to. I'm sure he does not catch the sarcasm in my voice because he is Padaris.
I'm glad Lily's adventures were much less cute than this. Instead of being heartbroken at an empty house.
Anyway, yes. So let's wait until nightfall and then fly out, I guess.
Sorry, I kind of lost something here in the meat space. I'm just not sure where it went. So, yeah, when night falls, Padara suddenly becomes an expert at leaving the compound unseen
Oh my!
because he takes you up to a very specific window on the top floor. And he waits for a very specific time. And he chuckles to himself as he sees the guards follow their patterns. And when the right moment arises, he flashes his wings into existence. The two of you streak on.
Please don't streak through the sky, thanks.
Now, streaking through the sky has a different meaning.
I mean, you can technically do both meanings at the same time if you're feeling really saucy.
If you're feeling frisky, yeah.
But, yeah, no, he takes you 2 buildings over, has you put your wings away.
Mm-hmm.
And he does likewise. And as you climb down the roof along a what seems to be a well-used route, he mentions, man, I haven't done this in 20, 30 years. Man, it's been a long time.
Oh man, this is actually bringing back some memories actually, it's probably very different but similar memories that you have. But yes, it has been quite a bit for me as well.
Really? But didn't you say that you grew up poor?
I did, and wouldn't you know
Who
it,
did you
have
need to escape from?
the guards.
Really?
Yes,
But why would they care about you?
because I stole food.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Ten-
Why would you need to steal food?
Because okay, Padaris, I'm gonna have to explain some things to you. But actually, how long do we have before the mayor's office opens up? I might be able to explain some of this to him in a way he might understand in 8 hours. Padaris, not everybody has as much money as you. In fact, some people have almost no money, and I was one of those people, especially after mom left, that had no money.
Hmm.
So I couldn't afford to buy the food, but I wasn't going to starve to death. So it was either steal food or eat raw rats. And let me tell you, stealing food seemed a lot better than eating raw rats.
You did grow up in an orphanage and not literally on the streets. I want you to keep that in mind.
Oh, okay. I mean, I think I would have been in and out because the whole thing of it is that like kind of half street rat, half street rat, half orphan child. I guess he would have run away. They would have run away.
Orphan rat.
They probably would have like left the orphanage once nobody wanted them. Once they realized that nobody really wanted them.
Or, well, I think it would probably be that you were on the streets for a while after your mother disappeared.
Oh yeah, there we go.
And then after that, you got picked up and placed in an orphanage.
Yeah, that makes sense. So either way, I Lake would still have to understand the concept of steal food or break a rat's neck and try and find a place to cook it without getting caught. And it's like stealing food seems a lot easier and disgusting of the two options.
Mhm.
So yeah, Lake's kind of trying to explain this to Padaris.
Well, you could also offer some visual examples if you like,
Oh
because you'll
yeah,
be traveling through several districts in order to get to the mayor's, or in order to get to City Hall.
yeah. So
Because
like
that would not be in Intaria's quarter, which is a city unto itself.
right. Uh, so yeah, like when as we like walk through, like I don't ever stop, but I'll occasionally like point to like some signs that I definitely know, like hey, I'll point to like what looks like to be an abandoned house, and I'm like, there's probably like 7 people sleeping in that house right now, even though it's got like boarded up windows and like the doors don't look like they open up very well.
Yeah. And well, also keep in mind that you would be traveling through a lot of the worst parts of the city
Yeah.
thanks to your skill,
Mm-hmm.
background skill that lets you
Mm-hmm.
take city shortcuts.
Yep. I point out.
So you don't just explain poverty to Padaris. You provide physical examples
Mm-hmm.
of abandoned, half-fallen houses, uh, tilted places that look like they're about to fall over under their own weight,
Mm-hmm.
piles of rags that turn out to have a person somewhere underneath them.
Yeah. And
Hey, look at that poor son of a bitch.
at some point in while we're
At
doing this.
one point you just have him stop because
Yep.
someone throws out the food trash out of the back of a tavern, and you watch as half a dozen urchins who don't have
They
300
have.
pounds between them
Yeah.
scramble into that trash, pick out the best, and then the ones who run away with the best Some of them run away with the best, and then the rest pick over the half-rotted, half-eaten mush and eat it anyway. Start eating it right there on the spot, so no one will have the chance to steal it out of their hands.
And then after we see that, like after we walk away from that, I look at him and I go, and that's why I wanted the smallest room that you could give me, and it is still hugely, opulently, ridiculously large for one person, because I had to go through this at some point in my life, and I remember what it's like, and it sucks, and somebody needs to fix it.
Throughout this trip, you've been noticing something of a change come over Padaris. The benign smile that always seems plastered on his face is gone, long gone. Instead, there seems to be a sort of hardening to his expression. And as he turns to look at you after watching the urchins scrabble at leftovers and cast off food, you can see tears shining in his eyes, but a very firm expression on his face as he says, "Show me where they live. Not just the places, the bedding. Show me where they sleep."
I nod and I start walking him towards, like, I probably don't know exactly where, but I'm sure I can find a very close example, if not exactly where they are.
Yeah. The symbol is used here for urchins to communicate with each other. They aren't the ones that you used back when in the city where you grew up. But you're familiar enough with the kind of symbols that would be used, the kind of representation, and most importantly, where they would be. And so you identify a spot that in these symbols say that this place is a good place to lay your head. You track down where it is, and sure enough, there's a building with half of its foundation exposed above the ground, and the door is wedged shut, and the shutters are all barred, but you find a crack that conceals a larger chunk of the wall that seems to be removable. So you pull it out, step inside, have your father come in after you, and as you look around, you can see the insects along the ground, just sort of scattering underneath the various rags and piles of straw that litter the floor. Looks like someone took a shit by that wall over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you barely even smell it after a couple hours.
Yeah, and so yeah, you pointed out it's probably the point, and over there is probably the corner where they relieve themselves. You can tell by the stain patterns.
Mm-hmm.
And oh yes, here it is. And pull apart a pile of rags, and there's someone's stash. A couple of copper pieces, and something that looks like a yo-yo, or what might have once been a yo-yo.
I actually put down 2 more copper pieces to add to that. They got visited by the Tooth Fairy, everybody. I don't want to put too much money down because then they would certainly get like murdered and killed for the money. So that's why it's only 2 copper.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually explained that to Padaris. Like, if he asks me why I didn't leave a bunch more, it's like, no, because they will, like, literally kill him over it.
He doesn't ask. He's completely silent as you bring him on this tour of squalor. And it's not until after you step outside again and put the chunk of wall back where you found it that he turns to you and says, "Why?"
Because the rich don't share. You live in that big house, and you're not even aware, because why would you be made aware of this sort of thing? Why would it even affect you? But it's just a matter of the rich want to keep all their wealth to themselves, and they don't let other people have it, and they in fact actively take it from them in any way that they can, just so that way
No.
they can say that their house has the smallest room in their house is bigger than the princess's room in Viana's.
Whoa!
No, that's
whoa,
a
hang on.
that's a legitimate thing. I know you're just joining us, but Lake's staying with his family, and the smallest room that he requested, the smallest room is about the same size as yours.
Well, that's just because Okarans are fucking decadent weirdos. I mean, come
Also,
on.
Yeah.
the pet divine.
Anyway, still, point is, so yeah, Lake basically says, it's about haves and have-nots, and the people that have just keep taking from the people who have not.
Well, I don't think making a blanket statement like that is completely accurate. The rich, they're at least willing to share their wealth with us.
Yeah,
Our family,
but
wants for nothing, and we produce nothing.
yeah, and don't you think looking at looking at all this now, that's a little messed up? You live in a house that you couldn't possibly fill one room with like most of our family members. We could still like sleep comfortably in one room of that house, and we each have our own rooms. That's messed up. The rich give to you because you have influence. You should be using that influence to help the people like this instead.
And this silence is like in character, by the way.
Yeah, I figured. And
It's
then
just-
I actually put my hand on his shoulder and I go, "Father," and I make a point to say, "Father." I don't want to say how, but I spoke to Coriel, and he told me that he gave us this power to fight injustice, even if that injustice isn't coming from Okar. And I think, gesturing back to the squalor, Okar's pretty unjust right now.
He nods. Just a little bit, but he says, "Let's go talk to the mayor. I think we may have more than one thing to discuss now."
I actively smile, and I give him the hug.
Never explain to him that there are people who steal for fun.
No,
Doesn't need to know that.
no, he does not need to know that. No, one baby steps, my man, baby steps.
All right. Well, Visca's just so happened to show up,
Mm-hmm.
and this seems like a good scene break.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you could just sort of catch him up on what y'all have been up to, and then we'll get to Aurelia's thing.
I guess I'll go first. I took my dad. I tried to unbrainwash my dad, and it seems to have been successful because I led him through the poorest parts of town in an attempt to sneak him to the mayor's office, so that way we could talk to the mayor personally about giving the druids a bit more power in Okar, and he seems to be on the right track. It was very funny at first, and then it became very sad.
He, the father, had no real concept of not going through the official channels.
Yeah.
No concept of not being the pet divine.
Yeah. Anyway, Lily, you can tell.
Oh yeah, I was saddened by an empty house, and I promised a wizard I'd steal from the diviner, Hakeem Phoenix.
That's the name, by the way. That's not a name. That's not like us making fun of the name. That is the actual name.
Interesting.
Definitely gotta gloss over that sad house thing as much as I can. I got drugs, seeds, and some paper from it.
And a letter that was unfinished.
The paper
Although the
was a
house
letter.
was undisturbed, curiously.
It was empty,
Okay.
which was a bad thing. That's all you really need to know.
Spooky.
Not spooky. Spooky isn't the right word, but yes. Unfortunate, let's say.
Spooky.
Heard that.
All right. So, as for
Amanda
Aurelia,
hug and kiss.
yeah, yes, yeah. Aurelia is on her way to the town of Orisa, which is basically adjacent to Okar. You hire a coach to take you out there, and it's
Sorry. Do I hire a coach or do I ride my fucking griffin?
oh yeah, you got one of those. Sorry, that had escaped my memory. But yes, you had in fact taken your griffin, and there were in fact people on airships who just sort of looked over and just kind of waved at you. It's like, not surprised at all. This is Okar. This shit happens all the time.
Gotta give him the princess wave.
I mean, they get invaded by a supervillain at least once a week. Come on.
Yeah.
Literally, we walked in on murder.
Yep.
Well, good for them. I don't know. Obviously, it's just another example of Okaran degeneracy.
I mean, Okar's terrible. Everyone will tell you that.
Hey, it might not be terrible for long.
No, it'll still be Okar. That's the issue
Okay,
here.
fair enough.
All right. But so naturally, the university has become the main draw of Orisa, and the town has basically been built around supporting the people who go there and teach there.
It's a fucking college town.
Mm-hmm. And so and it's famous enough that even growing up in Relgoth, you know about it, and you know that the main sort of advertisement, if you will, is that this is the only university with colleges and academies dedicated to all 8 natural and all 8 metaphysical philosophies.
Cool.
Sounds lame.
But it doesn't have a bard college yet.
It does not.
Yeah, so it's worthless.
Yeah, turn it from a lane college into a party college.
And just for reference, the metaphysical academies are the 8 schools of magic.
Okay, makes sense. What are the non-metaphysical ones?
Well, the natural courses are alchemy, anthropology, astrology, dialectics, geometry, history, mathematics, and rhetoric.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like nerd shit.
So literally the fucking thing that I mentioned the other day that I've already, the trivium and the quadrivium plus alchemy, that's what it sounded like.
Yeah. Alchemy
Nice.
is considered a natural philosophy
That makes sense.
because it's chemistry in a magical world.
Yeah, exactly.
And literally anyone who trains up the medicine kit can create healing potions.
Cool.
That's actively in the player's handbook and everything.
Did not know that.
But yeah. So well, let's just see how long it takes. So roll persuasion to try and get information about Amanda Hugginkiss.
Okay. I'm very careful enunciating her name.
No, I'm looking for Ms. Hugginkiss.
Professor Hugginkiss.
Professor Hugginkiss, you're right.
Professor Hugginkiss.
Well, she
Thank
wouldn't be
you.
a professor yet.
Oh, she's not a professor
Ms.
yet?
Hugginkiss.
She's trying to get the a college started, so she doesn't have like that sort of title.
I suppose
look
that's
at
true. I
these
guess I assumed she
fucking people.
was like previously a professor somewhere else, but I guess
Look
not.
at these fucking people who roll beneath 10s and still end up with near 20s. I hate you all.
Welcome to level 10.
Yeah, expertise.
Welcome
My
to
level
Skill
10 was
Monkeys.
robbed from me. My
Yeah,
level 10
expertise is a hell of a drug.
It really fucking is.
It really is. It really is, and I love it. I can't wait till I get to do my actual level 10 shit, which is like be super immune to being charmed, which is great.
That's why you should have gone with that fucking
Wait.
angel.
No,
What, are
no,
you trying to get back in with the tree?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Beguiling Defenses is only available if you choose the Archfey, which is...
You were free.
No, stop, please.
But the angel is so much cooler. Okay,
No,
fine. I will
stop.
stop bad-mouthing the tree. I'll just say, hey, look, you've got a cool angel grandfather who Aurelia likes now because he said that Okar sucks. So
I mean, to be fair, that's a major reason why Lake likes him now.
Also, to be fair, Angel Grandpa was fucking cool as hell.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah,
let's keep the train moving.
Yeah. So with an 18, you don't find too much. It's not too much trouble to find the right people to ask, because obviously Amanda has been, speaking to a lot of people to try and get this Bardic College up off the ground.
right.
But in the process, you also discover that she has been having some sort of troubles. It's hard to get specifics because there are a fair number of rumors about her at this point. So some say it's some sort of money troubles from back home. Others say that she got screwed over on a land deal or something.
Interesting.
But you do eventually find the hotel where she's been staying. And
Right.
it is proper residence. Like the sort of place where visiting professors would stay while they're in town on the university's dime.
All right. Well, is it the kind of place where they will tell me who's staying there if I go up to the front desk or whatever the equivalent is?
You might need to flash a few coins before they do so.
That's fine. I have a few coins.
All right. Well, that will allow you to roll persuasion again.
I'm not rolling well today.
It's true, you're rolling dog shit.
Yeah, wow. So terrible. You rolled an 8 and you got a 21. Oh my god, how
mean,
You're
horrible
just
for you.
jealous you're not also a skill monkey.
I
It is
am
below
jealous that I'm not a
average.
skill monkey. This is true. I usually play rogues. This is why.
Now I'm the rogue monkey.
I don't suppose that the great Amanda Hugginkiss is staying at your fine establishment.
You see a
I
brief
say
roll
as
of
I
the you see a
drop
brief
some
roll
coins.
of the eyes before the person makes the coins disappear and tells you, I believe at this hour the esteemed lady is going to be in the going to be in the fine tavern just across the way there, and gives you the directions.
Thank you for your assistance, my good man and or woman.
And woman, thank you very kindly.
To be fair, that response is 100% in character.
All
Just
right.
does not
Well,
care about any of this.
Aurelia is going to go across the street then, check out the tavern. Does she know what Amanda looks like?
Well, she's a gnome.
Right. I mean,
That should point you in the right direction.
yeah, I suppose. I guess there are not that many gnomes around here?
Okar is a very cosmopolitan place, and so is Orisa. But generally speaking, gnomes don't come here very often.
Okay.
Like halflings, that would be a bit more of a challenge, but gnomes,
Am I supposed to be able to tell halflings and gnomes apart? Is
yes.
it racist to ask that?
Yes, it is.
I'm glad we found another tavern that stands Amanda Hugginkiss.
Also, I'm kidding though. I really can definitely tell the difference.
Depending on the owner, Amanda Hugginkiss is welcome in a lot of places.
Hey!
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 All right. So, do I see her? Is she in the establishment?
Well, one thing you note is that down the way is actually more than a couple of blocks further away from the place where she's staying, and the tavern where she's eating is much lower in quality just by looking at it than the room that she's staying at.
I mean, you never know. Sometimes they're hidden gems.
Yeah. Well, walking in through the front door, the first thing that hits you is the smell.
Okay. Well, there are worse things that could hit you when you walk in the front door.
Yeah. And
Look,
it's a peaceful enough place. This is still a old college town, like before college parties became a thing. But yeah, the clientele here seem to be less college students and professors, and more the custodians and the maid staff seem to be the kind of people who eat here.
Interesting. Okay,
And,
not really my scene, but you know.
yes,
yeah,
those pores.
Well, sure enough, there is Amanda, or who you presume to be Amanda, sitting in a corner by herself, table all to her lonesome, sitting in a sort of a booster chair.
Fair. Has
And-
she noticed Aurelia by any chance? Because I feel like Aurelia probably would stand out a little bit, but she may not even be looking in this direction. So,
Well, you would, but she does not seem to try and catch your eye.
okay.
You get the idea that you were probably noticed, but she probably doesn't presume that you're here for her.
Interesting.
And She looks, well, she's dressed in very fine clothes, distinctly gnomish in style. Like she's definitely advertising her place of origin in her clothing, and so there are a lot of clashing colors involved and a few whimsical patterns. But in terms of appearance, she has a fairly conservative ponytail tied up behind her head. Nothing too particularly striking about her face.
Okay. Well, I guess there is nothing for it then, but to approach her and say something along the lines of, uh, pardon my interruption, but might you be the esteemed Amanda Hugginkiss?
I would be.
Uh,
Is that a DOS loot on your back?
It is, in fact. Let me introduce myself. My name is Aurelia de Zafrani di Viana, Princess of Viana. Or Prince of Viana, if you prefer the gender-neutral. And I am here because I have been told that you are the greatest bard in Okar. I don't know if that's literally what I was told, but I might as well flatter her. And you see, I have reached the current limit of what my current teachers can teach me, and I wish to employ a master bard to exceed that limit. I would like to discuss with you the possibility that perhaps you might be the master bard that I'm looking for. I apologize if this is a little presumptuous of me, but it is my hope that there's some sort of arrangement that we could work out, or that you would at least be able to discuss it with me.
Well, if you're looking for qualifications, you've certainly come to the right place. But before I say anything more, does that loot mean that you graduated from DOS?
I assume no. I'm pretty sure Aurelia did not actually attend a bard. I don't know. I've never actually been clear on exactly what the requirements are. Would Aurelia have had to go to a bardic college? I mean, I know she obviously didn't get the loot there, but
Well, you were privately tutored
right
by gnomish bards who happened to be in Vienna long enough to teach you a few things. So you've been to no college.
Okay, that's what I assumed, but I just wanted to check.
And you've been tutored by graduates from several of the colleges.
Yes. No, I actually am not a graduate of any of the great bardic colleges.
That's good. DOS grads are all shitheads. It's good that you've got one of their loots. Means they don't have one.
Well, I must admit the loot at the very least has been very useful. So they make decent loots, if nothing else.
Decent, sure, but it's bottom of the barrel as far as magic instruments go.
Okay, well, if you can tell me what you think a better one is, I would love to acquire something even better. Before this, I was using a non-magical instrument, so.
Where did I write that down? Oh, yeah. Well, in response to your question, the Amanda simply pats the loot that she's got strapped to her back.
Can I roll to recognize what kind it is?
Yes, that will be history.
Oh, history. Nice. I thought it was going to be Arcana. I'm way better at history. Not great.
Well, again, this is something that you are familiar with through direct experience. So that is a harp with Anstreth symbols on it.
Okay, is that one of the colleges?
Yes. You weren't necessarily aware that Anstreth had a rivalry going on with DOS, but apparently.
Fair. All right. Well, so is that an actual type of magic instrument that's in the?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, I'll have to check it out at some point, I guess. Unless I'm not supposed to know what it does.
Well, you wouldn't necessarily be intimately familiar with the magic spells in a certain type of harp.
I meant more out of character.
All right, just, keep it out of Aurelia's knowledge.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did. I the only reason that was assumed that it wouldn't actually affect Aurelia's behavior.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, she passed the harp on her back. It says, Anstreth, friend, you got to go to one of the top tier colleges to get a top tier magical instrument. But now that I know that you haven't been to DOS, you say you want a tutor? Now, how long exactly would this engagement be going?
Until I know everything you do.
So a while then.
Perhaps. That remains to be seen. I've heard many impressive things about you, but I haven't seen the proof just yet.
The proof is that I'm here. I'm trying to start a college in this town. They don't have bards down here. At least they don't formally train them. I think that should change. That's why I've gone to the biggest university on this continent to try and get them to recognize bardic talents as worthy of being studied and taught in a professional manner, as they are up north.
Indeed. Well, good luck with that in Okar, of all places.
Well, if I can get it started here, then it'll spread all across the Empire. This place sets the standards,
Yeah, I suppose.
Gotta aim high.
Yeah, I suppose you do.
And speaking of which, I'm not really sure I can go on an extended leave of absence when I'm really need to pay full attention to the situation down here,
I suppose so. I'm actually out of character. I'm kind of. I mean, this was something that I did consider. That made me a bit uncertain about her, but I don't know. Is there a good way? I mean, I assume the training would not have to be all the time, right? Because we haven't really talked about Aurelia getting bardic training in the past.
Well, I'm making a point of it because you're hitting the big 1-0.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm just trying to think of how I don't actually know how much time would have to be dedicated to this. Is this something where Aurelia could come here even for some part of the time, or have Amanda travel to Viana for some part of the time, and she could spend the rest of her time here? Or would it be the kind of thing where she'd need to be in Viana full time or close to it?
Well, it wouldn't necessarily take up your class training wouldn't necessarily take up every hour of every downtime, but I could say that certainly in character you could be asking her these questions,
Sure.
negotiating for certain amounts of her time.
All right.
But she is going to continue to insist that she is needed down here and needs to pay full attention to the college, and you can roll insight.
Okay. Hopefully I get a good roll for once. No, I did not. So many 5s.
All right. Well, you don't quite get to the heart of it, but you do sense that something is off, that she is being awfully insistent about needing all of her attention down here, and even when you make concessions like only like coming down here to study under her or providing extra money to help her fund this Bardic college she's trying to open, she is still adamant about not allowing you to spend any time with her in this capacity.
Interesting. Is there some is there some is there some particular reason that you need to devote so much of your time to this? I understand it's a significant undertaking, but surely you will have time for other pursuits.
Well, you know, it's important, and it's absolutely it's something no one's ever done before. So I need to consider all the angles. You know, make sure that there's someone there who can handle all of the paperwork and all of the convincing the college deans, and you know that takes up a lot of time. I don't really have any ability to.
Are you sure there isn't anything else that perhaps some other way that I could assist you that would free up some of your time? Anything like that?
Look, I'll just ask you straight out.
Sure.
Do you happen to have 200,000 gold lying around?
That's a lot of gold. How do I have 200,000 gold lying around? That seems like a.
Yeah. You would have to mortgage a significant percentage of your land holdings to free up that kind of money. Like a third or more.
Really? Wow, that is a lot. Fuck, I mean, because I have like, how much gold do I have? Yeah, I guess I only have. Well, I haven't really been keeping track since earlier. The last time I was keeping track of it, I had like, I guess like 7,000 gold. So yeah,
I will pay you.
What can you explain? What this 200,000 gold would?
I will pay you 517 platinum to never talk trash about the mother tree ever again.
No, if you can pay the whole 200,000, then sure.
Well, it's about this thing that happened. Like, to build a college out here, you need
Just
land.
Be straight with me.
You need land, right?
Oh, wait, this is the thing that people were talking about. Did she get screwed on some kind of weird land speculation thing?
Well, no, it wasn't speculation. I wanted the land, and I was offered what appeared to be a fair price for it. It was just offered by the wrong person, as it turns out.
I see.
As it turns out, the people I borrowed 100,000 gold pieces from were not too happy to hear that I had lost it, and now they want 200,000 for their time and trouble.
I see. Are these people that you borrowed it from the strictly legal type or the not so strictly legal type?
Well,
Okay, the not so strictly legal type. That answers my question. Thank you.
So
all
glad.
right. So if I could possibly solve this problem for you one way or another, would that resolve the issue?
Well, if you could get that kind of money in a short amount of time, I guess. But
Right. I mean, there's a reason I said
well,
one or the other, but okay.
well, in terms of other, I can't exactly leave. They kind of have some of my blood.
Okay.
You know,
What does that
magic.
mean? Well,
Well,
okay. What kind
well,
of magic are we talking about here?
well, I'm just going to tell you out of character because in character you would know
Oh, fair enough.
that scrying spells work much better if you have a piece of the person that you're scrying on.
Right. That is fair. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
Again, they
it's
don't have
like
any of my blood, so I feel like I'm
Also,
still
also cursing spells.
yeah.
right. Okay. They don't have any of my blood, so I feel like maybe I would be able to resolve this issue for you in a way that perhaps may not actually involve paying 200,000 gold. But I will have to perhaps look into that. I don't suppose you have any leads on the person who swindled you, do you?
Oh no. Turns out that was a fake name. Person's long gone. Probably wasn't even their real appearance. So, I mean, it's kind of embarrassing being a bard and being hoodwinked like that. But I was really taken in. I really wanted that land.
Yeah, that sounds kind of bad. All right. Well, okay.
But if you could, I don't know, somehow get their blood away from them, get my blood away from them, then I could just disappear as far as they're concerned. I mean,
would you want to be disappearing?
well, you, I do still want there to be a college here, but there's other gnomes who could try. I could make sure that someone carries the torch for me, even if I'm persona non grata.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't want you to give up on your dreams. I think it's important as someone who achieved their dreams and is the greatest. I think it's important not to give up on your dreams. So I will see about helping you. If I did provide, like, how does this is a private? This would be like a private college,
Well, there are certainly fees to get in.
right? Okay, but I mean, would this involve an ownership stake? If I were providing all this money or providing services in lieu of money that would cause her to not have to pay the money.
Well, you understand, I can't just hand out my services for free, even to someone I'm grateful to, but
Sure, but I don't think you'd be charging me 200,000 gold.
no. I would be amazed if you managed to get all that money together. No, I suppose honestly, I'm thinking that the more realistic solution here would be to find my blood. They've probably got it with some mage they work with. It wouldn't be very useful anywhere else.
Oh.
Okay, well, did
I
you
know
just figure out who it is?
I know exactly who it is.
Okay, well, all right. Look, we can discuss that later, I suppose. I will throw out there, if you wanted to open a Bardic College in Viana, I know it's not quite the same as Okar, on account of Viana's already better and more cultured, and therefore it's less of an achievement to open one there. But I was considering that, so maybe that I could be a backup plan if you're interested.
Well, it would be something, I suppose.
But I'll I'll look into it for you. How's that? And see if I can figure out the best way to help.
All right. But I might be being watched, so you should probably not speak with me again until after you've figured something out. They're being
all right.
patient with me because they really want that money rather than my life, and they're not going to get one if they take the other,
Right.
But they might get suspicious if we butt heads more than once.
I see. All right. That is fair. Okay. Well, I guess that. Just trying to think if there's anything else I want to ask her about or talk to her about or anything. No, I guess that's it.
Well, nice meeting you. Have a nice life, and
Well,
on the strange occasion that you actually managed to help me, thanks.
Okay. Well, I think one way or another, I'm gonna help you.
All right. And if you see
Because-
anyone from DOS, tell them I said go fuck themselves.
Okay. I mean, I don't actually. That's fine. All right.
She shouts this as you're leaving. Just
Very stealthy. What a stealthy gnome. All right.
well, the fact that she hates DOS grads is not it's not one of the things she's keeping quiet.
Right. That's fair.
You
Okay,
didn't
well,
answer me
that's-
earlier. That's basically a Yale versus Harvard thing, isn't it?
I think a lot of universities have rivalries. I don't think it's based on anything specific. Or, well, maybe it is.
Well, it is essentially like that, though. Yeah.
I don't even know
Although,
why
to be f-
Yale bothered showing up at this thing. They barely even won.
What's that from?
Simpsons.
Oh. Yeah, okay. So that's an adventure scene. That's a plot hook right there.
Yeah, and you kind of missed what the plot hook is pointing to, which was Lily's scene.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So Lily is it the wizard that Lily was talking to earlier? Is he the one who would have the blood?
No,
is
the
it a different-
diviner, Hakeem Phoenix.
Oh, he's the one who would have the blood.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
sorry,
the
what
one
was
who-
his deal again?
He has a
he's a,
shitload of magical artifacts that I need to make gone.
and also he's a diviner, so that's
Wait,
why.
why do you-
He's a diviner, and
why
my
do you
buddy
need to
is
make
an
him gone?
illusionist.
And also,
Wait,
he
Lily-
works for the. He also works with the mob.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And so why do you need to deal with
Because
him?
my wizard buddy, who's an illusionist, has not been on good terms with Hakeem, and I
So
need to make.
you're just doing like a favor for him? Sorry, I'm just not clear on
Yes,
what
I'm doing a favor for him. I'm doing a favor for him.
Okay, cool. That sounds good. Okay, so we fucking kill this Hakeem guy. Or
No,
just
no.
steal his blood. Not his blood, the blood. Anyway,
Look, there's a lot of magical artifacts we need made gone. The blood is
okay, well, I mean, we can steal
gonna
those
be
too,
so
that's
background for
fine.
him.
If they're fucking criminals, then
Yeah,
I don't feel bad.
I mean, I wouldn't feel bad regardless. Also, we
okay.
cannot.
Okay, see, there is a difference between us in our alignment. So mine says good. I don't know about yours, but
Mine says evil.
yeah, interesting how that worked out.
Weird.
So that would be the difference between us in terms of how we feel about things.
Look, this is a favor for a friend.
Okay,
A
but
friend who I thought was an enemy, but is in fact a friend.
but you would do it anyway because you don't give a shit.
I
This
even said
was
to
there
him,
for the first session last
Yeah,
year.
I was there for that part.
well, yeah, no, I even said to him, yeah, he knew exactly what to ask.
All right, so
But also, I
Cool.
might get an Archmage's robe out of it.
okay, well, time to go steal some shit and wipe out a debt to the mob? I mean, maybe we can find a way to actually clear the thing. I wasn't clear, Bob, and I don't know if this is the kind of metagame question you don't want to answer, but I wasn't clear whether I was supposed to take what she was saying as a sort of wink wink that like actually the idea is just that I would free her from this and she would leave, or whether it was that there is some way that I could get her to stay and fulfill her dream, because I feel kind of bad telling her to give up on her dream if there's a way for me to help her achieve it.
Well, the subtext of her always talking about her dream and being fully dedicated to it was that she had no choice at this point, because if she didn't carry on the pretense, then she would be disappeared by the mob.
I see. So she's not actually as committed to it as she pretended to be.
No, Okar's a shithole. Why would she want to be committed to Okar?
Well, I mean, it's clearly at one point she really wanted to do
Why would
it.
she want to pay back 200,000 gold?
Yeah, okay. Look, anyway. Oh, also, does that mean she still doesn't have the land?
Yes.
Okay, so she would need even more money to actually buy the land.
Yes.
Okay, well, in that case, fuck
Let's
that.
steal her blood back.
Look, you know someone who's good at making things gone, so I
'Cause
mean...
if we go to Viana, I just give her the land.
There's going to be a minor issue with the magical artifacts, though, that we're going to have to figure out, and that's making them gone so he will not find them.
Lead.
Isn't that what stealing is for?
No, because he's a diviner, once
He
again.
can
Okay,
magic himself
Okay,
into
so
finding.
amendment. Isn't that what killing him is for?
No,
No,
we don't
we're
want
not
to kill
gonna
him.
That's not the point.
Wait, why don't we want to kill him?
Well, because the Lily's friend wants to rub it in his face,
Yeah.
and you can't do that to a grave. It's not as fun.
Well, I mean, you can't.
It's literally the rivalry
You
between a
can.
diviner and an illusionist. Forever at
right.
odds.
But yeah,
Okay.
I'm
So are you saying we
sure that
destroy the magic items?
no, he
No,
wants to
we
keep
don't.
them.
Okay, so we're stealing them.
well,
Okay, cool.
yes.
Yeah, we're steal. Yes, that's what we've been saying. So we need like lead boxes in order because divination magic is stopped by lead. No,
Wait,
that's
really?
Yeah.
Divination is like an X-ray.
yeah,
Yes.
pretty much.
I mean,
It's
you're also
always
forgetting.
been like that since first edition.
Oh my god! I just
Yeah.
fucking imagine Gary Gygax coming up with that. Material should block divination. I don't know, the same one that
Give me a
blocks an
sec, we
X-ray,
need to-
obviously. Fuck.
We need
Why?
to
What is
find
the
your
logic
teeth
of
for
that?
cavities. Put on the lead bib.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So
Well, sounds
also
like a
he has
fun
a
adventure.
portable hole, so that could potentially be useful too.
Yeah. Divination magic is also stopped by other planes of existence frequently.
Yeah.
Extra planar bullshit.
Wait. My bag of holding doesn't have an extra plane, a different plane, does it? It just.
It's technically a
Regular
different plane.
magic?
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bags of holding
Oh,
work too.
okay.
Just don't
Cool.
just don't use that for the
The
portable
whole.
hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mentioned my favorite D&D invention, which is the collapsible arrowhead with a portable hole and a bag of holding separated out.
Oh my god, that's fuck you.
It's a
You
mini
just
tactical
launch it at
nuke.
something and it's gone.
A stupidly expensive.
Exactly.
Yeah, but yes, Aurelia has literally had a bag of holding since the day one, which never really comes up other than an explanation for how she carries so much shit around everywhere.
Yeah.
But she never uses most of the shit she carries around. But out of character, just imagine that every time you see her, like she's wearing a different outfit. So that probably.
Probably. I mean,
Oh, she also, I forgot, she does have a bunch of instruments because she plays more than just the lute.
Alright, did I mention I got dried seeds and drugs? Because I got dried seeds and drugs.
She does also play the harp and the violin.
I mean, they're downers, and, they're not the kind of shit you'd really want to take recreationally, but just saying. My friend may have had some issues.
Does my griffin need to eat? That's a good question. Probably not.
Give your
right?
griffin drugs.
It's magic, right?
Yeah.
funny.
Extraplanar creatures generally don't eat, at least not in the same sense as mortal ones.
Oh shit! It probably doesn't have a sleep either, especially because it's a Fey Griffin. Fucking sweet. So it can just stay on guard for us. Nice. What a cool
Better
Griffin.
not touch the drugs.
Okay. Well. Nice.
But especially better not touch the seeds.
I forget which one of you. Is it Lily who has the headband of intellect or whatever?
Yes, I took the
No.
I took the belt. Oh no, you didn't, because I think it was
didn't.
Grenache who took. No.
Grenache.
My intelligence was too high to make it worthwhile.
Yeah,
right.
I only took the belt because my strength was literally like the worst it could possibly be.
Yeah, I think like 18.
How often has it
intelligence.
come up?
I mean, since I got the belt, pretty often.
Well, fair enough. We need more magic items that don't require attunement.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah,
are the
well,
best ones.
The best magic items do require attunement because of that.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's what I mean, though. Is like they're the best ones in that they're free, right? It's like how a card that draws you another card when you're playing Magic is always good.
Yeah.
I have this potion I've been sitting on for a fucking eternity.
Anyway.
Anyway, I should look up what the stupid other loot does. I mean, not that I have one, but in case I can see whether I will want it more out of character. In character, I mean, I suppose I might have to use one if Amanda's my teacher, but we'll see.
Good old Amanda hug and kiss in her mouth harp.
Well, just for reference, the DOS loot is uncommon, while the Enstrith harp is very rare.
Oh, it's a harp. I thought it was a lute. Okay, cool.
And
I-
they're all under the instruments of the bards.
Good thing that's in the DM guide, right? Good thing I
Yeah.
can also play the harp. Haha.
Okay, but what about the mouth harp?
I don't know what that is. I don't like the sound of it though.
Well, it's sort of got this Western sound to it.
Really twangy noise.
I see. Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. I think it's not called a mouth harp.
Oh, it's got different names. One of them is the mouth harp. Also the jaw harp. Also another name.
Hmm. But as far as the session goes, we have reached the end.
Hurrah.
Rah! I accidentally
Hurrah.
broke my dad's innocence.
Yeah, once again,
That sounds awkward.
just make sure he never meets Lily.
Oh
and
no,
you'll be a
no,
much happier
no!
person.
Lily's not going anywhere near him until I can fully explain some things.
Explain
Which
to
one?
him the concepts of good and evil.
Dad, this is my friend. She
Sometimes.
steals for fun and also likes to murder people. Don't worry, I'm not
Okay,
letting her
she
be in
doesn't
it.
really like to murder. It's not really. It's that's
She's
the
Garrett.
rage. Yeah,
All right.
just
Anyway.
things tend to go south.
She does this
Good
because
night.
she's good at it.
Yeah, she doesn't like to murder. She just feels completely ambivalent about it.
Yeah.
And
there we
doesn't
go.
feel bad at all when she has to kill someone.
Also,